Could it really be true that the Lakers are moving on from Jackson Hayes? Could this signal a seismic shift in our front court? Could the team that just survived a grueling playoff battle now be ready to shake up their roster yet again? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report. If you're as invested in every twist and turn of this franchise as I am, smash that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single breaking update from the purple and gold. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. Jackson Hayes, once heralded as a high-flying rim protector and energy spark off the bench, has reportedly been dismissed from the Lakers' plans for next season. He's not just a healthy scratch or a late-season afterthought. Sources indicate that LA will not exercise any option to retain him, clearing the way for a dramatic reset at center. This news didn't surface out of thin air. According to Sports Illustrated's Matt Levine, the Lakers are linked with the perfect Jackson Hayes replacement, and their eyes are fixed on Orlando Magic big man Goga Bitadze. Could this be the front office admitting that Hayes simply never fit J.J. Redick's system? Is it possible that, after a season of limited minutes and sporadic playoff action where Hayes averaged just 7-8 minutes per game in the 2025 postseason, the Lakers decided his development curve was too flat to warrant another contract year? Hayes signed with LA last summer after the blockbuster trade that sent Anthony Davis to Dallas, offering hope that he would become a starting caliber center. Instead, his role steadily diminished. Early chemistry flashes with Luka never evolved into sustained impact. His raw athleticism, those thunderous putback dunks, and chase down blocks offered tantalizing glimpses, but the turnovers, foul trouble, and defensive lapses under pressure overshadowed the highlight reels. And as the playoffs began, Hayes found himself relegated behind veterans like Derek White and Austin Reeves, rarely tasked with containing playoff-caliber bigs. So, if Hayes is out, who's in? Enter Goga Bitadze, a 7-foot Georgian who's quietly carved out a productive role with the Orlando Magic. Last season, he averaged 11.2 points and 6.5 rebounds in just under 20 minutes per game, shooting an efficient 54% from the floor and showcasing a soft touch from mid-range. Could this mean the Lakers are prioritizing a more polished offensive center, one who can set screens, pop for jumpers, and protect the rim without asking for an astronomical contract? Some insiders believe that Orlando's capped-out situation makes Bitadze the ideal cap casualty, a player the Lakers can acquire without surrendering their remaining first-round draft pick. Fans are wondering if this is the beginning of a full-scale front-court overhaul. Could Bitadze's mobility and shooting range transform LA's spacing, finally giving LeBron James and Luka the gravity they need to operate in the half-court? Could a drop-in big who can guard in space help shore up a defense that ranked 18th overall last season? And could adding a turnaround jumper threat like Bitadze allow Redick to dial up more versatile lineup small ball units that morph into big ball clashes without sacrificing rim protection? Of course, this all hinges on one major caveat: chemistry. Jackson Hayes, despite his flaws, brought energy, passion, and highlight-worthy hustle to Staples Center nights. He was a fan favorite for a reason. His emotional bounce-back plays and breakaway jams provided momentum shifts that could ignite the home crowd. Can a poised but less explosive player like Bitadze fill that intangible spark? Is the trade-off between pure athleticism and polished skill worth it in the heat of playoff battles? Some insiders believe the Lakers veterans would welcome the stability, knowing that a player like Bitadze won't gamble away possessions or pull a key defensive rotation out of sync. Let's also consider the financial landscape. The Lakers are pressed against the luxury tax, and Goga, on a reasonable $8 million cap hit, fits the budget far better than pursuing a costly free agent big. Could this be a masterstroke by Rob Pelinka, landing a center who upgrades the rotation without mortgaging future flexibility, especially when the Lakers need to keep their eyes on potential midseason additions or an in-season buyout market? Some chatter in the beat writers' circles suggests that LA plans to leave room for a veteran buyout candidate if they can clear Hayes' salary, making Bitadze's acquisition a springboard for further roster moves. Naturally, this has sparked debates on social media. Would you rather keep Hayes and hope he evolves under Redick's system, or bring in Bitadze to plug a more predictable hole? Is this a sign that the Lakers are truly abandoning youth development for win-now pieces? The conversation has lit up Twitter timelines and Lakers fan forums, with voices split between those wanting the raw upside of Hayes and those craving the steady hand of a proven rotation player. And let's not forget the ripple effect on the rest of the roster. If the Lakers clear Hayes' spot, that opens additional minutes for emerging frontcourt candidates like Max Christie or rookie standout Isaiah Jackson. Could redistributing those minutes create an internal competition that elevates everyone, pushing Hachimura to guard power forwards, forcing Vanderbilt to stretch his defensive versatility, and allowing the Lakers to deploy smaller, quicker lineups in transition? Some fans are already picturing a lineup with LeBron at the 5, Bitadze at the 4, and Reeves as the secondary ball handler, and unorthodox but potentially lethal combination in the modern NBA. As the offseason calendar flips to July, all eyes will be on the Lakers front office. Will they complete the Bitadze deal quietly, then turn their attention to adding perimeter shooting or wing defense? Or will they shock the league with a multi-team trade that nets them a marquee name while filling the center void? Either way, one thing is clear: the Lakers are sending a message to the entire Western Conference that they refuse to stand pat. But what do you think about all of this? Personally, as a Lakers supporter, I believe that moving on from Hayes and targeting a polished two-way center like Goga Bitadze is the kind of bold but calculated maneuver this team needs. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. Before we dive into the fallout of this blockbuster move, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of Lakers trade drama. Now, with the ink barely dry on the agreement between Rob Pelinka's front office and NBA insider Nico Harrison, the landscape in LA has shifted dramatically. The Los Angeles Lakers have shipped out Luka. Yes, you heard that right, and brought in Daniel Gafford from Washington as the new centerpiece of their interior rotation. On paper, it seems almost sacrilegious to trade away a rising superstar like Luka, especially given how quickly he was clicking with LeBron James in pickup games and practice scrimmages. But according to the sources at Sportskeeda, this isn't some panicked win-now gamble. It's a calculated move to shore up the one glaring hole that doomed last year's title bid: rim protection and rebounding. Think about it. In their recent playoff series, opponents repeatedly attacked the paint, drawing fouls on Anthony Davis and getting to the free throw line at will. The Lakers' second-unit centers couldn't hold their own on the defensive glass, and that cost them precious possessions when the margins were razor-thin. Some insiders believe that by bringing in Gafford, a 7'0" shot-blocking specialist who averaged 0.1 blocks and 8.4 rebounds per game last season, the Lakers finally addressed that weakness. Could this mean a return to the type of lockdown defense that fueled their 2020 championship run? Is it possible that a rejuvenated defensive identity could unlock LeBron's offense late in games, knowing there's a real deterrent lurking behind every drive? Of course, the emotional fallout is undeniable. Laker Nation was already dreaming of LeBron and Luka mastering the pick and roll in purple and gold, of highlight reels filled with dunk kicks, no-look passes, and step-back threes. Fans are wondering if this could be the beginning of a new era, only to see it evaporate overnight. Some die-hard supporters are in mourning, chanting "We want Luka" in comment sections across every social media platform. Others, more pragmatic, recognize the value of adding Gafford's rim protection, citing stats like his 3-point to defensive rating and the 1.9 defensive win shares he accumulated in 2024. Could those numbers translate into a net positive for the Lakers' overall defensive efficiency? Meanwhile, rival front offices are buzzing. The Nuggets, Suns, and Clippers see the reset button hit in LA, and they're already adjusting their playoff scouting reports. Denver's Nikola Jokic may no longer toy with the Lakers' makeshift centers. He'll have to contend with Gafford's length and timing on every post-up. Phoenix's Adrien Ayton, too, must factor in Gafford when navigating the paint. Could this single addition force opposing coaches to reinvent their attack schemes? Some league scouts believe that the move could pay dividends immediately, especially in late-season positioning for home court advantage. Let's not ignore the human side of this trade. Sources close to Doncic reveal the young superstar is stunned, but excited to chase titles elsewhere. Reports say he'll likely land in a contender that can fully maximize his offensive versatility. Meanwhile, Gafford is said to be thrilled by the prospect of playing alongside veterans like LeBron and Davis, believing his skill set complements LA's star power perfectly. Could this synergy reignite Gafford's career trajectory, turning him from a solid role player into a household name? Some insiders are already speculating that Gafford could average a career high in blocks and rebounds, simply because he's now part of a system that funnels more defensive attention to the paint. Now, what does this mean for the Lakers bench? Rotation? Bringing in Gafford likely pushes young prospects like Max Christie and Scottie Pippen Jr. further down the depth chart, while D'Angelo Russell's backup center duties may vanish entirely. Fans are asking, will these youngsters get any meaningful run in blowouts? Or will Gafford's heavy minutes spell the end of the developmental experiment? Could the Lakers still lean on two-way contracts to find a hidden gem, relying on late-night garbage time to prep the next wave of purple and gold talent? And let's talk cap flexibility. Unlike the high price tag that trading for an established star would demand, acquiring Gafford reportedly cost LA a package of mid-level draft assets and a non-guaranteed contract, preserving enough salary cap wiggle room for potential mid-season upgrades. Some insiders believe that Pelinka orchestrated the move to avoid the luxury tax apron, safeguarding the mid-level exception for future signings. Could this clever maneuver allow the Lakers to add a quality bench wing or stretch big during free agency? Is it possible that, after stabilizing the starting five, LA will still dip into the mid-level exception for another 3-and-D shooter to complement the revamped core? Regardless, the narrative is now set. The Lakers have traded potential long-term upside for proven defensive impact. It's a high-stakes bet on championship calculus favoring immediate title contention over development. Tall patience, fans and analysts are already drafting op-ed headlines. Genius or gamble? Trade that makes LA title favorites or doomed. The emotional divide is as wide as ever, asterisk and now. With Ricky Rubio's veteran poise in the backcourt and Daniel Gafford's 7'0" wingspan patrolling the paint, the Lakers face a whole new set of possibilities and pitfalls in their championship chase. Imagine a rotation where Gafford's shot-blocking alters drives before they even materialize, complementing Anthony Davis's own rim protection prowess. Could this twin tower look finally give LA the interior deterrent it's craved since the Dwight Howard days? And what about spacing? Will Gafford's improved mid-range touch, at pick-and-pop ability open driving lanes for LeBron and the revamped perimeter crew? Meanwhile, Luka Doncic's departure, though still fresh, already reverberates through both locker rooms in Dallas. Reports suggest Harrison is ecstatic to reunite Luka with a familiar supporting cast, betting that Doncic's playmaking gravity can elevate role players like P.J. Washington and Tim Hardaway Jr. Could this actually be the Mavericks' smartest midseason pivot in years? Back in L.A., fans are divided. Some mourn the loss of Luka's transcendent burst and kick flair. Others celebrate the promise of balancing the roster around Davis and Schroeder. Is it possible that shedding Luka's hefty usage rate will unlock a more egalitarian offense, with D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves thriving in bigger roles? On the wings, the ripple effects are just as intriguing. With Doncic gone, Nickel Alexander-Walker's playmaking hops up the depth chart, and veterans like Rui Hachimura suddenly become the go-to-floor spacers in crunch time. Could we be on the verge of a breakout season from Schroeder's steady scoring? Or will the void left by Luka's departure expose LA's lack of an all-star secondary option? Some insiders believe that Gafford's mere presence in pick-and-roll actions could mask mid-season growing pains, forcing defenses to respect dumps to the big man rather than collapsing entirely on perimeter creators. Defensively, the Lakers' identity is in flux under Coach J.J. Redick's system. Switching has been paramount, and Gafford's agility makes him a surprisingly fit for that philosophy. Imagine him hedging screens aggressively, then sprinting back to contest lob attempts, all while offering an extra layer of help with Reeves or Von Chase shooters off the arc. Could this iteration of LA emerge as one of the league's top defensive units, finally converting regular season success into postseason prowess? Or does the loss of Doncic's occasional defensive lapses leave the backcourt exposed in crucial moments off the bench? The calculus is equally crucial. The Lakers retain their expiring contracts. Reeves, Hachimura, Vincent, and the mid-level exception now freed by Doncic's exit can be deployed more creatively. Could Pelinka target a two-way wing like Malik Beasley or Max Struss to preserve floor spacing? Some believe that pairing such additions with Gafford's interior rim protection makes LA a far more attractive destination for jump-shooting veterans. Fans, remember, every contract slot matters when cap space tightens around the apron. As the playoffs loom, chemistry will be the decisive factor. The Lakers are no strangers to in-season shakeups, but this is arguably the boldest pivot of the Pelinka era. Can a team anchored by LeBron's leadership, Davis's two-way dominance, and Gafford's burgeoning role coalesce in time for a deep run? Could the retooled bench step up to neutralize momentary lulls in superstar production? Or will the loss of a dynamic playmaker like Luka proved too great a hurdle to clear against juggernauts like Denver and Phoenix, asterisk, but here's the bottom line. In a league where every possession counts, Daniel Gafford's arrival could be the missing piece that finally unlocks championship defense for the Lakers. It's a radical departure from the Luka era vision, yet it might be exactly what a veteran-led team needs heading into the postseason grind. Could this bold swap between Pelinka and Harrison mark the turning point that brings LA back to the summit of the NBA? Or will the ghosts of missed draft picks and broken fan dreams haunt the franchise for years to come? But what do you think about all of this? Personally, as a Lakers supporter, I believe that while losing Luka stings, adding Gafford's elite rim protection could be the catalyst that finally elevates LA's defense to championship caliber levels. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below.